February was a month filled with preparations and goodbyes.
For example, we had the circuit assembly in Taxisco, where we said goodbye to many of our friends.
The following week, we had the seal visit at our group.
During his visit, we had another first. It was the first time that two of the new students did a part on the school together, and it just happened to be a mother and a daughter.
Also during the month of February, we welcomed our fourth new publisher, Suzette.
Just a few days before we left, many from the congregation in Chiquimulilla came to work out in service with us and then give us a little going away party.
Soy nacido en el templo Santa Rosa, en un pueblito que está casi en la orilla.
Todos tienen que cantar.
Ok, vaya. Sí, sí. Okay.
Para la bamba, para la bamba se necesita un poco de gracia. Un poco de gracia para partir arriba y arriba. Part of saying goodbye included saying goodbye to our studies, but also handing them over to other publishers to continue the studies. And the new publishers have taken over quite a few studies. Christy and I had the girls shop our closet before we left. They were very excited.
Our last day there, we took many of our studies and friends to the beach to spend one more afternoon with them.
It was a perfect end to an amazing year. Apart from a few small issues, including Nathan having stomach issues and Gus having issues at the border because he was bleeding, day one was fairly easy.
Here's the route that we planned on driving day 2, but we only got this far due to a teacher's strike that completely shut down the highway. So we had to turn around and search for a hotel that looked safe. But we did enjoy the drive through Oaxaca. It was absolutely beautiful. And we took advantage of some downtime in the hotel to watch some videos and relax.
The next day we drove to Texcoco, which is near Mexico City, to visit the Central American branch. It was a beautiful drive there. When we got there, we met up with Jonathan and Maria, who we had met a few weeks earlier at the assembly. They've served as missionaries in Panama, as Bethelites in London, and they're currently serving at the Central American branch. They gave us a personal tour.
Day 4 started off kind of badly when we were pulled over and given a fine for for driving on a day that we shouldn't have been driving. Now later on we made up for that a little bit. We found the Starbucks, and then we enjoyed the beautiful drive to Matehuala. And Gus got to enjoy his own bed at the hotel.
Day 5, we had planned to go all the way to New Braunfels, Texas, but we only made it to here. Our truck broke down at 6:30 in the morning in the middle of nowhere, and we didn't have a phone until we realized that maybe our old Guatemalan phone would work to call emergency calls, and it did.
So we called a tow truck, and when they towed us to this place, a mechanic that replaced alternators, which is what we thought was wrong with the truck. So while we were there, we also replaced the fuel pump and the fuel filter. And what we were told would only take an hour turned into 3 hours. It eventually totaled to 7 hours that we lost due to the truck breaking down, the tow, and the repairs. But once we did get going again, we enjoyed the beauty of northern Mexico. So while we were in Texas, we took full advantage of the local grub. Yes, that means brisket. We were told to go to this place called Rudy's, and it did not disappoint. Day 6 started off badly when our battery light kept coming on. So we bought an alternator, and it took us about an hour to find a place to install it since most of the shops were closed Saturday morning. Once we got back on the road after the alternator, and at 45 minutes up the highway, the truck completely died. So we had to pull over, get another tow truck, and we had to stay in a hotel for 2 nights while we were waiting to find out what was wrong with the truck. Turns out we had to get another fuel pump, another fuel filter, and once they did fix that, we were back on the road. Will we arrive home? Will the truck make it to Ohio? Well, you're going to have to stay tuned to find out the exciting conclusion of our trip home.